I just was thinking as you shared the figure skating story, people in my generation learned from their parents, and I'm sure my dad learned from his about this idea of hard work. And hard work, I'm starting to think it might not be the right term to share with people. Not that it's a negative, but there might be a better way to put it, that if this is your goal, these are the steps you have to take along the way. And these are the intentions, like your figure skater story. His intention by his natural desire was to put that time in to achieve a improvement, and
Yes.
maybe he had a goal in mind. You can tell me more about his
Well,
goals.
Sifu, nobody worked harder, but a good point with semantics. Maybe we should say efficient work, or we should say productive work compared to that term hard.
Yeah.
Interesting point, Sifu.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. When you take somebody and you tell them how hard life is, we often tell that to each other and to our kids. Instead of that, we say, if this is your choice, like, the kid doesn't want to eat their vegetables, they say, well, you can eat the asparagus or you can eat the peas. It's your choice, kid. And the child psychology is like, oh, I get a choice. Well, I'll take the asparagus, right? So if your choice is to get better at something, and the kid has a wide variety, I hope, of options, whether it's 5 or 50. And if you want to improve in this and excel and be on that team with your friends, these are the steps that you could take. It doesn't guarantee you're going to be on that team, but these are the steps you could take. And we'll talk about it at dinner every night, if you're open to it, to see how you're doing on that day's activities. What are your thoughts on that idea of slow progress, Dr. Bob?
I think it makes a lot of sense. Safe, slow progress, productive, slow progress. Again, I'll quote my famous late sports psychologist, Jim Vickery, when he would talk to parents and coaches. And his number one rule was for sports parents, whether they're sitting around after practice, whatever, is don't be a critic. He would talk about those kinds of concerns, didn't you learn what you were told, and et cetera, et cetera. So again, that idea of attitude and/or balance really becomes very, very important when so many young boys and girls don't stick with their particular sport. As a sports medicine doctor, sports podiatrist, we want every young boy and girl to play multiple sports and to not necessarily specialize very, very early on one sport, whether it's tennis, whether it's soccer, whether it's figure skating or gymnastics. But a chapter in my book is called The Prodigy Sports, those are examples of that. Yeah. We know that we should be playing everything else, but this is what he really, really loves. This is what she really, really loves. So I think those conversations around the dinner table regarding those concepts of health and wellness, and the concepts even of high achievement, or where we're talking about kids who are 11, 12, 13 years old. When we watched the Olympics, which we just did, both the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics, wasn't it amazing that mental health was the biggest topic? Yeah. Whether it was Simone Biles or whether it was the Russians with the, giving kids performance enhancing drugs. So I think parents and coaches need perspective, or personal trainers and life coaches when it comes to advice regarding your particular exercise program.
Yeah, the tennis player who was top in the world, Osaka from Japan, she couldn't handle all of the interviews after her tournaments, and she left the French Open 2 or 3 years ago. And she said, I grew up texting and on the internet. I didn't grow up with these large groups or small groups of people where there was lots of interaction, and I'm not comfortable with it. I love to play tennis. I love to smile and maybe make a speech if I win, but I can't do the 20 and 30-minute barrage of interview questions, even if that's part of the contract. It's my mental health.
Very, very difficult. And what started that, really exacerbated it. People might remember when she won the US Open, she beat Serena Williams. Serena Williams was in this controversy, this yelling match with the referees.